Hello, lovers of all things geekdom. My name is Aaron, aka Letfum,
And my name's Nathan, aka Grim.
and this is our 100th video slash 1 year anniversary video. We decided to sit down for this video since we wanted to do something special for our 100th video, for especially our 1 year, because it's kind of funny that we managed to hit 100 videos by our 1 year anniversary. Which, I mean, it's technically our 1 year anniversary because it's when Nathan started the channel. Our
Yes.
first video was in August 22nd.
Yes.
So then we might do something for that. Banjo could do Kazooie's doing really well. It seems to be our most favorited video so far. But we wanted to make this video kind of to talk to everybody about exactly why we started this channel in the first place. Because, there is a lot of gaming YouTubes out there, but we like to try to be as different and unique as we possibly can be. Especially as Nathan, who was in college for game design, and me going to college for film and story writing. We definitely we like to be into the creative side of everything and try to best ourselves as much as we can. But yeah, Nathan, why don't you start us off? I've talked a lot for our intro. Let's have you talk for a bit.
Yeah, and I what's really funny about this is Grim Galaxy Gaming was actually supposed to be just my account, and it wasn't until after a few Banjo-Kazooie videos where Aaron was like, let's just stay on Grim Galaxy Gaming."
Mhm.
And that's when the idea of, obviously, well, it didn't come just then, but it was, this is going to be our channel.
Mhm.
This is when we decided that Grim Galaxy Gaming G3, and about that as well, like our idea was from G4, and that's why it kind of,
Rest
in
in
a
peace.
sense, G3, yeah, rest in peace, because it was great. And near the end of G4, it was more about like movies, and it wasn't as great as it used to be. And I don't know if you have any memories of G4, but I remember coming home from school, from high school, and watching X Play, and like it was so neat seeing reviews, and people didn't like that, but seeing Cheat, and this kind of give us an idea of what we're going to be doing on this channel. And when I first started Banjo Kazooie, I like we're gonna talk about this a lot, but views and subscribers and all that doesn't really matter to us. This is basically an account for me and him to watch each other's videos and to kind of have that couch co-op come back to us and be able to, like, in a sense, bring nostalgia, but also see each other. And I'm gonna end up like going to like 12 million things, but me and Lefum are actually, I live in Ohio and he lives in Florida, so it's hard for us to actually interact with each other besides Skype,
Yeah,
and
and
see
what?
each other play games and all that.
Yeah, like we known each other pretty much all of our lives. Like we met each other when we were 6. Our parents knew each other before we were born, and we're 1 day apart.
Yeah.
And we've known each other since we were 6, and we're 23 now. And we grew up playing games together. And we were the original couch single player co-op for people. We would sit next to each other while one of us played the game, and we took turns playing the game. A lot of people don't do that anymore. And that's kind of how what we kind of based this off of is watching each other play games again, because we couldn't do that. The whole entire world's basically based on multiplayer gaming, and we kind of wanted to bring the whole single player watching experience again, back to the public. And yeah, what he was saying about G4, like you guys have seen that, like, this is basically all gaming so far, and we
Yeah.
kind of dabbled with Geek Out. Geek Out is going to transform into something a lot more different in the future. Like, we're not straying from the games. The games is always going to be our solo thing. Like,
Yeah.
if you see our logo and you see some of the stuff that we have changed, we kind of the 2.0, like the goal for this year, 2.0, we're calling it Player 4, which we're doing 4 different types of video content on our channel, and we're basing it around Player 4, which is the colors of 4 players for like Nintendo and everything like that. When it started, it was like red, blue, yellow, green. Red is our G3 rivals, blue is our Geek Out, yellow is our solo videos and green is our G3 co-op. We're still going to be doing our solo videos from Tuesday to Friday. Right now, Nathan's trying to finish up Majora's Mask, so that's why you haven't really seen me do much lately because we want to get him on to the next thing that he wants to do because he really wants to move on from it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But Geek Out, like we're gonna keep doing our game content, but I'm a film buff, and so is Nathan, and so we want to do everything that G4 did. We want to talk about movies, we want to talk about TV shows, comic books, geeky things, and like technology and all that stuff, all here on Geek Out. Because we love these things. We don't want to just make gaming content. We want to make a community where everybody can come together to geek out about things that we love because geek out is not a title, it is a verb. It's the verb of geeking out over something. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing with geek out in the future is like making the whole entire content. That's why we started geek out topics, where every week we because we like sitting down and having conversations with each other about everything, and we were like, why don't we record that one day? Because we want to do
Yeah.
a podcast in the future, and topics is basically the start of it, and it's going to become a weekly podcast that is going to be that can become much longer than what it is now because we try to at least make 30 minutes or set goals of hitting markers in a game. So we're either bound by time or we're bound by checkpoint in a game, like doing specific things, and you know we really care about this. We care about this community that we've kind of started, and we're creative. We keep coming up with things all the time of how to improve ourselves, and we try to no matter what bounce off of each other and like get better with every video that we make, with every game that we record, with every topic that we talk about. Because we really enjoy this, and I stream, and once Nathan has
Better internet.
finds the better internet and stuff, the crack. When Nathan gets like the equipment for himself to be able to stream himself, he's going to be doing that on the G3 Twitch channel, and I do everything on my Twitch stuff on mine, twitch.tv/Aaron underscore AK underscore Letfum. And for our anniversary, we are going to be streaming a bunch of Nintendo stuff, Nintendo Wii U content, because it's going to be all our couch co-op games that we play, but we'll play them online with each other. And I hope that everybody tries to come by and hang out. It's we're going to try to stream between 8 and whenever we decide to get off
Yeah.
on Sunday night at Eastern, 8 Eastern, beyond that. That's the time that we're going to be streaming. And I'm gonna let Nathan take off a little more on what he wants to talk about. I've babbled long
Yeah.
enough.
But and to go off your creativity thing, we actually make our own thumbnails.
Hmm.
And our first idea was to have space helmets and like what you did, because Lefa made the thumbnails for Banjo-Kazooie.
And Dead Space, I think.
Yes. No. Well, I think you found the picture of it.
Yeah, I
You
found the
did
picture
Luigi's
of it.
Mansion.
Yeah, I did the Luigi's Mansion. Most of the time, Nathan found the space backgrounds, and I would find the stills of the characters, and whatever characters had helmets on. I put those together. I think for the
Yeah.
most part. Nathan made a thumbnail that you guys are going to be seeing soon, and I made the Broken Age thumbnail and outro for that one. Which I need to start doing again. I miss making outros because they were
Yeah.
fun to make. It's just they're a lot of progress to do.
But yeah, like our and to talk about our progress, I should say. My throat's going out. But at the start of our channel, like I've my all my videos have evolved in a sense because I was pretty much new because I have the Hauppauge HP PVR2 Gaming Edition capture card, and that's how I record everything. And the main idea of our channel was to record. I mean, some things well to record using a virtual console or something of that sort. But our main idea was to record with the original console and experience the game to its fullest with that console instead of having to like anybody can record a virtual console, like emulate a game. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
not everybody, but if you have a good enough computer, you can emulate and record a
yeah, be
game.
able
But
to record.
that's just it's not okay. You don't get the same feel as playing on an original console with the original controller.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And as I was saying, like when I started Banjo-Kazooie, I was new and like the border looked really ugly. Now of course I can record anything I want now without having to worry about blurriness or the scale lines I had in Majora's Mask a few times. And to see the progress I've made and what Lefum has made as well in our videos, that our videos are becoming a lot better than they were. I've especially learned how to record, how to use Premiere effectively to edit and to sync in my audio and pretty much get my audio down to a level where you can hear me and the game at the same time and not worry about and like the music would just be like blaring, like you can't
Mm.
even hear me, because a few of my videos have done that. And
Yeah, we've definitely learned to record better. Because I
yes,
used the I used to just record games that I had on Steam, like Broken Age was the start, and then I got the Elgato HD60 because I have Xbox One and I have a Wii U now, and I liked recording games as they're being shown, like through the system, so people could see them as they are. And so I definitely got that to be able to record 60 frames per second games at 1080p, and I because I Nathan is really into the retro games, and I'm starting to get really back into them. But I also like doing, these beautiful, spectacular,
and
story-driven games as
yeah,
well because I'm a writer. That is my art, and I love very story-driven stuff like Batman Arkham Knight's amazing. Like it's one of those blockbuster mainstream games, but it's spectacular. And Broken Age is really neat, and I need to finish it. And
yes, you
Master
do.
Reboot looks neat, and I started that a while ago, and I'm gonna get back on that eventually too. But I have a couple of games that I need to get to before that are retro style. That I miss playing, and I want to get back on, along with speed running, because that I wanted to kind of like break off into my own thing, find my own niche amongst this gaming community, and I feel like speed running is something I would love to do because I'm very competitive. I'm a very competitive person. But a lot of people don't really like the League of Legends game and don't really consider it a game because it's just one of those weird. It has a very crappy community with it, but um, I'm very competitive. I play Halo, I play all this stuff, and I make sure that I play those things until I am good, until I know I am good myself. And so I found speedrunning, and I think that's really neat platform for myself to get under.
Yeah, and like we're gonna excuse my throat, but we're gonna branch off into different things. Like we have our fifth thing already made up. It's called G3 Review,
Hmm.
and depending on what type of game it is, we will be able to show it off. Have a small minor video.
Sminer.
Yes, my throat, man, sucks. But like talk about the game, a brief, good review about it, and like game recommendations. Like I'm gonna try it and do some kind of retro recommendations.
Hmm.
Talk about collecting, and let them as well could talk about it as well. But
Yeah, yeah. Nathan does collecting videos as well. He does a lot of those, and I'd like to try to do some too in the future, and not just with like game content kind of thing. Like collectible things like amiibos, and I collect swords from games and anime and stuff like that because I'm into sword collecting, um, and all that good jazz. So yeah, we had the reviews, and I or eventually we're gonna start doing like recommendations for the week, and it's not just gonna be games like, hey guys, here's a good game for the week that you guys should definitely check out. Definitely like to, once I start being able to collect comics again, I'd like to do a comic of the week and movie of the week. We can go back to retro movies and stuff like that. Like basically everything we want to do is endless, and
yeah, very
it
much.
has no bound. And that kind of I love the idea of that because of Grim Galaxy Gaming. Like the universe is endless. Um, so that
Yeah,
kind of
that's another
like,
thing I wanted to discuss.
yeah, that's like another thing that like kind of shows what our content is.
But yeah, I like to actually let me get this paper. But we a long time ago, and I don't think it said this to anybody, but we were actually in the middle of planning this since we were in high school. Like it's been
Hmm.
a long progress that we've done this. And let me talk about show a few of the names that we've came up with before we made
Oh dear.
Grim Galaxy Gaming, and some of these are kind of embarrassing, but some are pretty neat. The first one is Passion Strike Gaming because we're passionate gamers, and strike was to punch people in the face or something. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it was like it being emphasis and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Imagination Generation Gaming.
Yeah, you guys could see where that basically is.
Yeah. Dream Generation Gaming. Project Generation Gaming. A lot of generation for some reason.
Yeah, we like generation because like that's just kind of how gaming
Yeah.
is.
Based on generation. Yeah.
Hmm.
Passion Tech to Gaming. I'm pretty sure that's what you came up with. Passion Tech Gaming.
Yeah, because I wanted to do a lot of technology stuff.
Project Duo Gaming. Console Tech Gaming. Console Generation Gaming. And I think a few more. There's like the 90s gamers.
Yeah.
Because we obviously born in 92. Grew up with the N64 and Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
And then I
NES.
think that, yeah, the NES. Well, I don't remember having one to tell the truth.
Yeah, I had the NES, you had the Genesis.
Yeah. And then the last one that I have up here is Gamers of the 90th Generation.
Yeah,
That one's pretty crazy.
it sounds like a knight's order kind of thing.
But to clarify, and I don't know why I did this, and I kind of screwed myself over in a sense, but I wasn't gonna call myself Grim at first. I was just gonna be like Nathan or whatever. But and the term Grim isn't really considered Grim Reaper. It's actually the definition of Grim is like it's exactly what the galaxy is. It's like kind of mysterious and creepy in a sense. Like I have to pull up the definition of Grim, but it's basically what like I said, the galaxy is. It's mysterious and creepy in a sense, and I've always had an interesting look into the galaxy and kind of in a sense talk about our gaming history about that as well. Like it's so I'm not even sure how to describe it, but it's like in a sense nostalgia and the galaxy is kind of alike. It's like you love to talk about these old games and like you love the I'm not even sure what I'm talking about right now, but
No, yeah, I get it.
it's
Like basically Galaxy, the space and like the history of gaming can kind of like be similar to each other because like you look back on where we came from as like a nation, like the world and the galaxy itself and all that stuff, and where Earth came from. It's like it's it was young and everything like that, and same with gaming. Gaming was like growing up and everything like that, and like you look forward into the future of our universe and our galaxy, and it's the same with gaming. You don't know where it's gonna go.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Literally 10 years ago, our characters looked like weird little lodges still.
The
And
perfect
now
yeah.
I can't tell the difference between a video game and real life some of the times.
Yeah, you look at Castlevania in a sense, like the characters looked like dots.
Hmm.
Like the eyes, like you can barely tell there's an eye on some of these characters, and then you look at it now, it's crazy. It's like well, especially since the newer Castlevania games kind of look like a God of War in a sense, like the gameplay style. And
Yeah, yeah. Konami kind of shot themselves in the foot on the Castlevania series after they
oh
made
yeah,
Lords of Shadows too.
2D.
2D.
Yeah, 2D Castlevania games are the best.
Oh yeah, side scroller type.
Yep. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it has its own genre now. Metroidvania is a genre of video games now where it's like side scroller based, going through levels like Metroid and Castlevania, where they started their own genre.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, everybody like we made this video, we made this channel for the fans, and we, well, not really like our fans, but like fans of gaming, fans of everything like geekdom
Nostalgia.
and nostalgia, all that stuff. We made this to find people like us, and
Help us
like
appreciate what gaming used to be and what it
yeah,
is now, and kind of like
because okay,
yeah, kind of like what I was talking about with the Galaxy, and I kind of derped as I was talking about it, but like like when you look up in the stars, like you don't really think, and kind of like what I'm talking about with gaming, it's like you don't really look and see like you know it being that really interesting. But when you really think about it, the galaxy and like how gaming used to be and what it is now, it's a lot more. It's very like universal in a sense. I'm not even sure if that's even what I'm like going with this conversation, but like it's we made this account to obviously interact with the fans and show our nostalgia, but also show what we used to do as gamers and to obviously show each other like our videos. And I just crack right there, but like trying to get into the mold of I'm sitting next to Lefum as he's playing, Broken Age or Master Reboot, and he's sitting right next to me as I play, Majora's Mask or what I'm playing next, Dead Space 2. And I don't know, just like get that sense of nostalgia of what we used to do,
Yeah, I got you, man.
and branch off of there.
Like it's not just for us to like have fans of our own. It's basically us being a community, not being like leaders of a community, but being part of a community who loves games so much. Because we don't believe in console wars. Like we don't like the console wars. Consoles are technology. They are not gaming. When I sit there and hear someone sit there and say that for a multi-console game that they're going to get it on a specific console because it's better on that console, that's a lie. Like I don't care for PC Master Race, I really don't.
Oh, it's
Cool, you have a
annoying.
system that can make your game run really well. Apparently, it didn't work so well with Arkham Knight. So, like, I mean, and that's not taking a jab at PC. That's obviously the developer and whoever took the game to develop it for PC's fault. But it's about the games. Like, we do it for the games, and that's what is this about? When you want to talk about consoles, that's technology, and you're talking about the tech of the console itself. When you're talking about games, you're talking about the games themselves. Like, it should be no difference. It shouldn't. Like, do it for the games. Play the games for the game story, not for what console you're playing on. Because it doesn't matter how beautiful the freaking game looks. It matters about how the story's being told and how much, the developer of the game cared about that game. You don't
And
know
kind
how
of like
much work goes into these games.
exactly, it's like every console has had their share of really good games, and I see a lot of people bash the N64 saying how many bad games it has, but when it comes down to it, there's a lot of good games on that system.
I mean, just look at Xbox. Xbox has its good games and it has its bad games. Honestly, like the only there's only really two games on the Xbox that thrive the most, and that's Halo and Gears of War. Like
Yep,
as exclusives. I'm not talking about Call of Duty because Call of Duty's everywhere. I'm talking about
yep.
their exclusives, and the same with PlayStation. They only have their exclusives now too. And we look at past all these old games that have passed and gone, and we're just like, where are those? Where are the sequels to those games? Where like and that's what we love Nintendo so much is that they can sit there and literally give us the same characters, the same play style, just make it look different and make it do different things, add new stuff, and we'll still be happy. It's just
Yep.
they have to actually do it. Um, and yeah, I mean,
And,
this channel's gonna go places,
yeah.
and we hope it does, and we're not really gonna look forward to like where this channel goes. We're gonna just look forward to making the best content we possibly can because that's what we care about. We care about making great content, and we don't have a lot of followers right now, and that's
Yeah.
fine. We care about making the content we make because people will see that and people will enjoy it, and this video is getting pretty long now. So we're probably just gonna just end it on here. Games are for games, and we care about what we're doing here, and we hope that you guys enjoy what we do, and hope that you tag along and become a part of a community that doesn't have heads of a community, but rather just be part of a community that we're also a part of, appreciating
Yes.
games, technology, everything geek. Um, you
Instead
know,
of like having an entire commentary or comment section of just like arguing about the PS4 is better than the Xbox One
exactly like
because it's black. Yeah.
like if you guys do that, we're not gonna talk to you because that's not using your own opinion. That's taking an opinion that has been spread out through the internet so much that it's pretty much dead in the ground.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, if you guys want to join us, we are streaming tonight from 8 p.m. Eastern around that time to whenever we decide to get off. We're gonna be streaming Wii U games, Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Splatoon. You're welcome to completely join us. We probably won't have a bunch of people like joining in the play. If we get a lot of people, we'll probably start a tournament on
Yeah.
a Mario Kart for everybody to hop on and just race each other for fun and
Yeah.
talk about games and everything.
If people do join and like they want to play, like we'll try to like pick a few people that want to play or whatever, and like we'll
Yeah,
swap them out
that's what I
and
was
all that.
saying. Like the Mario Kart thing would probably be the best to get people in for, because
Yeah, very true.
it's not picking a couple of people. It's just letting everybody who has Mario Kart and a Wii U to let come in,
Yep.
because we just give them the address and everything like that. But yeah, happy 1 year to G3.
It's awesome.
Hopefully we have more years to come with this channel, and happy 100th video. And hopefully we can keep putting out as much great content as we possibly can.
It's not over yet, guys. It's not
Yeah.
over yet.
My name is Aaron, aka Leffum,
My name's Nathan, aka Grim,
and here's to the future of G3 and gaming as a whole.
and it for the games.